not? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting on people to come in. I ain't done one of these in quite a while. Quite a while. Don't know how good a signal we have, if it's going to last or whatever, but some people will probably see it on the replay if I leave it up. But I wanted to let y'all know I had a really, really bad day today. Yeah, I would say it was a really bad day. I'll drag it out a little bit just in case a couple people might happen to come in. Yep. Well, I got a load of salt today, Friday, and was gonna bring it down here to Florida. I got down here to Florida to a facility, and they rejected it. They rejected this load of salt. Now I'm stuck with a load of salt on the trailer, and it's a load with XPO. I'm gonna put names out on this in a little bit. XPO is the broker. Progressive is my insurance company. Hey y'all, I appreciate y'all coming in here. And while I'm talking about this real quick, I wanted to throw a little word out to old Jeff Like. He has saved me thousands of dollars. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Old Jeff has saved me thousands of dollars because I got to looking at it. I used his code when I signed up with Thunder Funding, and that saved me $5 per transaction. Well, y'all, I've had probably over 800 transactions with them since I've been with them, so y'all do the math. I appreciate it, Jeff, and if I ever catch up with you, I'm going to hook you up with a steak, buddy. But yeah, we're stuck in Wildwood, Florida. You know, there ain't hardly nowhere to park around Orlando. Yeah, I went to Orlando, and the salt went to Brentag down there. And y'all, the trailer, I've never seen. I've been driving a long time, as most of y'all know. And, well, see, I'm going to be leaving Thunder. I'm leaving Thunder because we've got something else going. I love Thunder. I love them, but they understand why I'm leaving, and I'll release that later on. You can ask Steve what's going on, Jeff. But yeah, went to Brentag, backed up to the dock. There was a little dampness on the door, I noticed, but it didn't key into my brain. Did not key into my brain. I opened the door, backed up in the hole, and the guys started unloading, and they stopped. They stopped unloading. And they hollered at me and told me to come in. And this facility, y'all, I mean, they got the hair nets, and it's like a clean room up in there. I had no idea what I was getting into. But the trailer had condensated from front to back and had dripped on the pallets just a little bit. Just a little bit. And the load, we're talking $2,700 that I charged XPO to bring it down here. Now, I spent all day with this load on my back. I had to come all the way back up here to Wildwood and park. I stopped at one little old joint, and it was a no parking thing, and everybody else around was paving, and they were all full. And anyway, and the service plazas were packed. I mean, packed. But got up here to Wildwood, and I've been waiting all day. My insurance company, Progressive, told me that they don't have the authority to tell me what to do with the so-called damaged product. And I'm telling y'all, these bags are not hurt. This load is not hurt, but there was moisture on top of the pallets, on top of the plastic that was on top of the bags on the pallets. So they rejected it. They sent me packing. But Progressive told me they don't have the authority to tell me to leave. So I'm waiting on XPO to give me permission to leave with this freight. I may have a connection back toward the house that would be interested in buying this load. I don't know how much I could get for it, but I've got to get XPO what my insurance company, Progressive, told me to sign off on me going and getting rid of this load. Keep in mind, I'm down here in Florida, no man's land. The load I had going back out was a multi-stopper, and I was getting $1.60 a mile for it. I thought I was doing good. Granted, it was with XPO too, but I mean, they've not been doing bad. They haven't been doing bad. They've been communicating pretty well on the deal, but they dropped the ball this evening because he went home before they let me know. They don't want it back. Cargill salt, they don't want it back. The seal's been broke. It's a food grade deal. They've already sent the emails and talking back and forth. They don't want it back. Last thing I heard is I'm going to be responsible to dispose of it, but we were needing a confirmation on it before I could go and dispose of it. Would have been the best scenario, to take it back to the shipper, but they don't want it. So this is not a heard of situation. I've never seen a trailer do what this one did. Number one, number two, I've always heard take it back to the shipper or find a cross dock or something like that, and this one's got me twisted. yeah, I'd say it's got me twisted because it's not a light load, and I really was looking forward to that 2700. Like I said, it ain't been a great year for us. I'm trying to get another truck in the road, and it does not win as easily as I had hoped. My first mechanic on it took us to the cleaners. He did not communicate prices for the repairs he was doing, and we had 3 pages of parts. He totally rebuilt the brake system on it, and that just killed me. My comments keep popping off. Well, I guess I got the product on Friday over in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana at Cargill. So I've hauled the salt before, and they're real funny. You got to have a scale ticket when you go in there. You got to have a clean trailer. So the trailer was completely clean and dry. The product was good, and it didn't rain bad over the weekend because I took my 34. So now the cargo insurance company and me get stuck with this product. I'm not going to get paid to come down here. Don't look like, unless the cargo company pays me, and I don't see that happening. They barely going to want to pay for the load. We ain't got a value on the load yet. That's the other thing that XPO's got to follow through, because they've got to send her the original invoice, and then I'll get some of the invoice. Well, this trailer don't have vents, and that's what I told the broker. I said, next time you need to at least request a truck with vented trailer. That he usually handles hazmat, the guy that I've been talking to at XPO, and I started his morning off real good this morning. You gotta laugh to keep from crying on deals like this, man. That's a big hit. I know people on the street that'll kill you over $2,700. And that's just a freight rate. Imagine how much it costs for the product. But like I say, I might have a contact where I can sell the load if I can get legal permission to sell it. I don't know how I could work that. But man, it has really ruined my day and probably my week. Because I got 3 loads lined up for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I got to go haul some feed for my neighbors. And they're depending on me. And then Curtis wants to get back in this truck Friday evening after I get done with the feed. It might mess us all up. And my other truck, I'm hoping it'll be out of the shop this week, but it's still going to have a couple of small things to do. But that happens when you're dealing with a 95. She's got a few years on her. Look, there goes old Wiley Sanders, y'all. Yeah, it's been a bad day in the old truck. I see we got 6 people in here. But yeah, Jeff, man, I appreciate, you don't really realize the numbers until you really just sit down and add them up. But we're over 1,000 loads since I got my authority, and we went with Thunder not too long after authority because my shipper. I'll tell you what. You want to hear a story? Say yeah if you want to hear a story. I'll tell you a little story about what Thunder did for me. Uh-oh, there's a tanker backing up. Well, yeah, old Thunder, they normally don't factor shippers and such, but whenever I was with Advanced told me to go ahead and see if they would factor. And Scott and them over at Thunder Funding, they got in there and they got in their system and they got my shipper, Aaron's Rentals, you know, the one that do all the furniture and stuff. They went above and beyond and got us set up. We had to create a new paper system. I had to come up with the rate cons and all of that stuff from scratch so that Thunder would have enough information to factor them. And man, they went above and beyond. I had 3 trucks running over there at Aaron's, and they kept on funding the whole time. They did not have to go that extra mile for us, but it took us a little bit to get it done, and they did, and I was able to use them the whole time I was over at Aaron's. Because the Aaron's, there was a time when I was 45 days out of money when I had 2 trucks, and it was at Christmas. I don't know why it is, but these shippers will start shorting money, especially come around Christmas and stuff. But yeah, it was 45 days, almost 50 days before I got a check for some of my loads over at Aaron's, man, and it was killing me. So once that happened, I really started pushing, and we went and got some funding through Scott and them over at Thunder Funding. Actually, I wasn't with Advanced then, but Advanced, see what they did, they helped me get in there to start with. And then once I got in and got my own authority, I got set up with Thunder. That's the way it worked. There's been so much going on today, but yeah, I really appreciate Scott and them over there. And I told them when I sent them a letter this weekend about I'm going to be leaving, and I told them I'd always appreciate them and never would forget it. And same goes for you, man, because like I say, you start figuring up 800 loads, you save me $5 a factor. Because my buddy Mike, I got him signed up over there. They're charging him 10. We forgot to tell him about the code, and you save me $5 per factor, and that adds up. So if anybody ever says you ain't done nothing for other truckers, you can tell them, look, there's a good situation right there. Just that one thing saved a fellow trucker thousands. And I telling the wife about it the other night. I was like, man, how about that? That when you think about it, that really is a big deal. You know, $5 a time might not seem like much, but over time, that kind of thing adds up. Well, Mike, he's already with them, but I think he's thinking about going somewhere else too. I'm not for sure 100%, but man, yeah, it's. Anybody need some salt? Oh man, it's pure flow or something. Let's see. It is Top Flow, 50-pound bags, 833 bags. But this will be my last load of salt. It's been raining and it's been so hot down here, and there's online it says temperature changes and humidity levels will cause the trailers to sweat. I'm with you. I think a warm product would cause it to sweat too. But it really. Anybody else got any ideas on what to do with this mess? I'm at a loss. I'm waiting on XPO. Like I say, I'll repeat it again. I see we got another viewer in there. What happened is we got a little salt, waiting on Progressive. Well, these are in paper bags. I wish I could put a picture up there to show you. But they're in paper bags, but they got plastic on top of the pallets, and they're wrapped in plastic. And the condensation didn't get through to none of the paper bags. I looked over them, man, and I don't see one little brown spot. It's all on top of the plastic. But it was enough to where they didn't want nothing to do with it, because there was some salt left on top of one of the plastic sheets, and it got totally soaked, and I think that's what sent them over the edge. I can't be for sure, but that one got us today. Here I was thinking I was going to be up 3,000, and now I'm going to be down. Plus I got to deal with this load of salt. I might be able to sell it, and then again, that might not be something they'll let me do, because it is a branded product. They may not want their brand resold. I don't know how that works. But supposedly it's going to be my problem to fix tomorrow once I get the confirmation from XPO. There ain't much going on out here, and this is a nice pilot. I don't like the Steak and Shake though. The Steak and Shake, I'm not a fan. I went in there for a shake and it was not real good. And then you don't even have somebody taking your money. You got to do it through a kiosk, whether you're paying cash or card. I mean, they just cutting everybody's jobs out. I mean, somebody's got to work. Burger King still got 20 people up in there working. I went in there a while ago, and yeah, there's a bunch of people working at Burger King. Yeah, I'll probably let y'all know tomorrow evening the outcome of this situation, and I'll probably do a recorded video about this from beginning to ending. But we're definitely, y'all guys need to be aware when you're hauling food grades and stuff that it can fall back on your cargo. And I did not even have that thought cross my mind. And we're in the middle fitting to do an insurance renewal, right? My insurance renewal comes up September 15th. And already we got it out of service over in North Carolina 3 weeks ago. And it was no fault, I believe, of ours. The cop claimed that the left blinker on the trailer wasn't working. When the driver looked at it, it was working. It is working, still working. But the cop wrote an out of service ticket for one blinker on the trailer. The only thing I can do is contest it, because the way they have it wrote up, you can't get your day in court. You can contest it, but they don't give you a court date for that. And we hired a lawyer team, that TVC, Truckers Voice in Court, and they did the pre-existing ticket thing and looked at it, and they said there's nothing that they can do about it because of the way they have it wrote up. So between that and this new cargo claim, my rates was already going up. My rates went up about $1,000 a month for insurance. So we're having to shop around. They were already going up because we got our renewal from Progressive in the mail this month. And it was going to be around 34. Now it's going to be 44. Month. The right year model trailer bills and didn't write the VIN number on the ticket and everything. So there is no, but because if he mistake, he can make another mistake. But going up, my down payment would be $7,800 for 2 trucks and 2 trailers. And then $4,400 a month now, when it should have been around $34 from last year. So that's 25% jump. And what I heard is that Progressive's going up across the board in Mississippi. Because OIDA, whenever we called them, they just said, nope, we'll send you some recommendations for insurance companies that write in Mississippi. So that's what we're looking at, is trying to get somebody that can write us a little bit cheaper. Well, one of my buddies in Louisiana, I talked to him over the weekend. He's got 3 trucks and 3 drivers. He's getting it for about $8,000 a month. Plus, that includes his workers' comp. for his workers. And I'm like, man, I got to find out who you talking to, because I need to get with them. Because the people I'm working with ain't working with me. But I guess at the best, I would hope to get back where it was last year, but it ain't looking good for that. But insurance and fuel going up and everything else, I don't know. I might think about exiting the industry for long. I don't know. It's gonna get to a point. It's gonna get to a point to where it's not gonna be worth it. It's just like that officer come and give us out a service ticket. Hey, Christopher, I didn't see you come in there. It's gonna work out. Yeah, it'll work out, even if I had to get up out this truck. But yeah, we got some things working, and if things don't turn around, I am not above selling out and backing up. Because when I started this, I had a set of goals to achieve to say I was successful, and I achieved them pretty early. Paying off my house was the first one, and the second one was getting that direct shipper up there that I knew about, hauling that Aaron's furniture. And I did that for a while until I decided to leave them, which I'm glad I did, because turns out they were fixing to bring in an outsider to take over the entire shipping department, loads and everything. And I got out just in time. The guy that I was dealing with didn't let me know anything about it, but as soon as I got out of there, the word came down that they were coming in. It was awful close timing. So never think that you are in like Flynn, that nobody can come in and take your spot, because there's always somebody out there chomping at the bit. And keep in mind, I beat out 2 other companies to get that haul. I beat out a flatbed company, and then I beat out a little bit bigger company to go in there and get that haul from them. And we got in there, we got pretty comfortable for a while, but one of my drivers got COVID and was in the hospital for a long time. And after that, me and the wife sat down, and we were just give out from it, because it was multi-stop, long hours every day, and it was like working a job. You could not make your own schedule. When they wanted you there, you had to be there. It ain't like when you're out here picking your own freight. You can choose to take a week off. You couldn't do that hauling that. They needed you there every day that they were open. And a lot of guys that talk about they want direct shippers and such, think about it long and hard, because once you get them direct shippers, you have to give them quality service, or they'll kick you to the curb. It ain't about being friends. It's not about loyalty. It's about that dollar. It's about making money and getting their freight moved. You got to consider that when you're setting up your business. And what's crazy is I was thinking about adding on another driver and another truck down there, because they had the freight and we're going to get the freight to come in. And I'm glad I didn't, man. That would have been even worse, to have 4 trucks tied up at one spot and had to let drivers go and sell equipment and all that. It would not have been fun. But I was glad to get rid of them liftgate trailers I had, buddy. Let me tell you, them things, pain in the rump to keep going. But yes, I'm still sitting here till tomorrow sometime with this load of salt, and I'm not gonna hold y'all up no longer. I just wanted to come in here and give a little shout and tell everybody I appreciate y'all watching the videos, and I'm gonna try to keep videos coming up on Mondays and Fridays, and a few spotty in between. But I have fallen behind. I'm gonna try to get some up there. Some more about the flatbed stuff, because the flatbed, it pays pretty good, and it's not all of it hard. There are some easy loads. There is no easy load, but there are easier loads. Not all of them are 8-foot tarps, full length, 48,000. There are some lightweight loads that don't need tarps, and you can go around and you can find them shippers, and you can get in there pretty good with them. There's a lot of brokers that have some decent flatbed freight out there. That styrofoam insulation, it's less than 10,000 pounds, and man, that stuff's all over the place. I got my buddy Michael. He hauls a lot through it. Because just the fuel mileage is so much better when you can find lightweight freight. Especially in my truck, this old DD15. Something's going on with her fuel injection system. She's got a rough idle and she's burning up. I'm only getting 5.5 loaded with this thing, and it's been killing me here lately. But anyway, yes, appreciate y'all, and we will catch y'all later. And I'll try to update y'all with what's going on with this here load. God bless. Catch you on the next ride.